Do you get kicked off then, I presume? It's at an odd time for the recording to break off. Okay, so both branches have top equals Bob. We have one branch where there's code happening before top equals Bob. So what we can do is move this code out. Top equals Bob, top equals Bob. So we don't need both branches. And we just say equal to null. Bob equals Bob next. And the code's just a little bit shorter, a little bit cleaner, and reducing redundant code. Now, let's move this in the direction of a little bit of encapsulation. We'll add a list. No, we're not doing standard list. Let's stack lists. Way of things. Right. So now we'll do here. Check list our top. So we're embedding the top within the list. And we can now start to create multiple lists, because now each list that we want to go and create, they have their own top pointers. So when I start adding creating a push for the list struct, we're still doing things a little bit C style. We're getting better. First, now I'm instead of having push list take a node, we're just going to take the data and we're going to push the work of creating the data in here. And so we basically still have the same logic as we have with our old push, except we're adding in our malloc code to here, which would just be new equivalent. Create the node here, right? Add me data equals D. And change the name to Bob to match. We're doing here before. And we take list that we want to add to, so we're giving it context. So some of you are already doing this style. We just have some separation. We have someone who's representing the list, so we have some encapsulation here. We might still be using struct. All right, so to move this over, C++, move this stack. All right, we have our node star top. With this being a class where we can write our code directly in the class, we don't have to pass around the references. You just go ahead and pass along the data. New things up, and we don't have to worry about context, because the context is already there. This top is going to be referring to the top that's inside the list stack that we created. So we can create multiple list stacks if we wanted to. All right, list stack, odd numbers, whatever. List stack, even numbers. So we come along here, we have our for loop, and we add a constructor, make sure the things are nice and null, as they should be. Usually creating new amp objects does that for us already, but always good to be explicit. Stack, 0, good to go. We can do our for loop, unless and whatever. And if I is even, as long as it's equal to 0, we can add it to our even numbers. Like over here's pragmatic that. Call it push this. Let's call it push this point. Name. Push by otherwise odd numbers. Whatever. We can, as you start to encapsulate, embrace objects, you can encapsulate, you can have multiple of them floating around and having multiple stacks, queues, priority queues, trees floating around at the same time to handle different aspects of the application is doing is something that you'll want to do. On the grading side of things, I have got through the September 10th onslaught that landed on September 10th, since somewhere around 2/3 of you decided to wait till the 10th to actually submit a bunch of stuff. So between yesterday and Monday, I got through a few, probably 100 submissions. So that's caught up. So I'm working my way through program 1 now. Hopefully I'll have that done over the next few days. Programs take a lot more time to grade than the labs do. So it'll take a few days to get to that one. And trying to catch up. So hopefully I'll be caught up with all the labs and program stuff that have been submitted already before our test on Monday. Because the test on Monday means I'm going to have a test to grade, and that's going to slow down grading of labs and programs again. Otherwise, we're out of time for tonight. No more trees next time, and the test is going to eat up a good chunk of class. How's the chapters in the book coming along? We getting progress there? Book making sense? If you have questions about what the book is saying, you always ask questions there. Just copy paste whatever from the book so we have context. All right, let me know what wrinkles or walls you're running into. Again, Discord is faster response time and more people. Ask your questions to the group. If it's about the content, ask it to the group. Because other people might want to see the answers, and other people might answer it before I even see the question. See you next week. The stack, part of the stack is only to push